The funny thing is I did not grow up with Lego, as I said, but I am drawn to older sets made in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s.
But that's always how it is. You're not drawn. If tomorrow you decided I love, I don't know, Spawn comics. You found out about Spawn and you love the character and you're like, you know what? I kind of want those old ones. I want to collect those old ones. They're so cool. Of course you do. Everyone feels that way. Like I like Star Trek. Every once in a while when I'm at a comic book convention and I see like the old comics, because I like the Star Trek comics. Sometimes I see the old ones and they got like Spock and shit from the 1960s. I'm like, man, I want to buy that thing. It's too expensive. I never do. I never bring myself to spoil myself. I never spoil myself. But I totally get it. If you like shit, you want the old stuff. Like I have a couple comics that are definitely worth a lot of money because some people just like Thor. And so they want the first appearance of whatever Thor with the hook on his hand. Or like I have the first appearance of War Machine, who's like the black Iron Man. And there's people that just love that character. Don Cheadle played him in the movie. People love that character. And so that comic now, it's the first appearance in the comic. It's a little bit older. It's from the 80s or 90s. People love it. They want it. It's like a $500 comic. Not because people grew up with Iron Man or War Machine, but because people like it now and they want the older shit. Normal.
Thousands. They're so colorful. They tell a story. You know, there's just something about the simplicity and the play you get from them. The
It's cool to look at the old stuff. I love old Legos and stuff. I ain't fucking a Lego guy. I don't know.
box art is incredible. The packaging, even of those older sets, it's just like, same with toys. You know, I have always been drawn to He-Man toys. He-Man, you know, was before I was even born. You know,
She's got some kind of filter on her that's warping her background. I wonder why. Is it making her face narrow or something, or neck narrow? She's doing something. There's some filter that's I didn't notice it on the phone, but on the big screen, there's a major warp happening like around this area of her face in the background. Is that because she's autistic? Do autistics have that superpower? Autistics are always telling me about how they got a superpower. What's my autistic superpower? It's my epic fury. It's my epic fury.
something so powerful about those toys. It's just like, who can see those and not just stop in awe and look at them? But I feel that way about a lot of the older toys. I think the 80s was the golden age of toys and video games and movies. I don't know. Music, all of it. It's just
Well, you're 40, which means that you might remember a little bit of the 80s. You're nostalgic. That's called nostalgia. It's dangerous because it forces us to look in the past about being as if it were better than today, and it keeps us from working on a better tomorrow. Looking at the past, that's why capitalism always wants to serve us up more nostalgia. Don't you want another Star Wars movie? Don't you want another fucking Top Gun? Don't you want another movie that you loved in the 80s? Oh, He-Man, you want some He-Man? Yeah, we got a He-Man movie coming out just for you. Yeah, it'll remind you when you were a little kid. I want to see the He-Man movie so bad, but don't want to support it. I want to see it so bad. I'll probably go see it before it's out of the theaters. I want to see it because when I was a kid, I fucking loved He-Man. I fucking loved He-Man when I was like 5 or 6, man. I remember like I loved the tiger. I forget the tiger's name. That green tiger. I thought that shit was so cool.
a different time, a different era. And you know what? I say embrace what you love, regardless of age, because joy has no expiration date. Play should not have an expiration date. And you only get old when you stop playing. And I think that there's a lot of truth to that. I feel younger than
One time someone told me everyone knows how to act like a kid. Being an adult is knowing when to act like a kid, and being a well-adjusted adult is knowing when to act like a kid and doing it at the appropriate times. I think that there's a lot of truth to that. What do you think about that? I think that there's something there. Everybody, any asshole can act like a child and be punk rock and be, always the same asshole and be mean to people, whatever. There's people who never grow up, but that's immaturity. You just stay an immature piece of shit. An adult knows when to act like a child or act childish or be childlike. And a well-adjusted adult knows when to do it and does it when it's appropriate. That's what a well-adjusted adult is. That's what a mature adult is. And then that way you could maintain a piece of that wonder throughout your life. That's why we engage ourselves in art and artistic expression and music. I feel kind of like a kid when I'm playing guitar because although I'm getting better with it over time, I'm never going to be perfect at it. I'm never going to be a great guitarist. I'm always going to be learning new things. I'm always going to learn how to sing, and I'm going to sing things wrong. And I overcome those things. So playing a musical instrument and drawing and writing, all those things are ways that I express myself, but it's also my playtime. But knowing when to play is when to do it. The problem is people don't do that. They go overboard. She doesn't, I don't know about this woman, but there's people that are like, I love Legos. And they make it their whole fucking personality. I don't know if this lady does that, but you know what I mean.
I did in my 20s. I feel lighter in general now that I've just started being myself and just actually embracing all these different things. I think that there's something so powerful about just sitting alone with yourself and just learning more about yourself and the things you love, the things, that you still, need to be honest with yourself about. Toy collecting being one of those for me. I fully know that I'm addicted to the feeling I get when I can build these sets, or, the feeling I get when I pick up this old action figure and just like, ah.
Okay, so that's nostalgia. And the other thing is following directions to their end feels good for human beings because you're being communicated with by another a human being is designing something and then transmitting code to you, and you follow directions like a blueprint, and then you build the Lego set. There is something fascinating and wonderful about that. It's called, embracing your humanity. There's something there. Leave it to capitalism to turn it into a plastic plaything that costs far too much money. God damn it! You know what? I wanted that Star Trek Lego set, and it was $400. I'm not going to buy a $400 Lego set for the Starship Enterprise. It was so cool, man. They even had like a Ro Laren shuttlecraft that was the free gift after you spend $400 on this fucking thing. You can't buy that thing. I'm not going to spend $400 on a fucking Lego, but I wish I had it because that's nostalgia, and I get to build so cool. But
or pop in a gaming cartridge after I blow it. Okay, I can't do hand gestures or anything like that. I forgot. Even, embracing my childish, goofy sense of humor, like I did just now. Like, you got to own who you are. You got to just surround yourself with the people who get you.